Welcome back to IXION. Okay, we are in the middle of it now. We're gonna have to move the tycoon. Let's start by doing that. Then we'll look at research afterwards. So we need to move the tycoon over by the Piranesi that's been disabled. While we're doing that, let's check our dock. All right, I think 2 miners and all cargo ships is probably about right, because we do have a lot of stuff to just pick up at this point. Ah, I have another dock over here I can utilize. Gonna prioritize just picking up the basics. think I want hydrogen to get cleaned out. Maybe some silicone, though we have a decent amount of electronics. Somewhere in there is about right. Connect and extract the coordinates. I think we're probably going to spend today just kind of going around and collecting stuff. There's too much stuff on this map. We used up a lot. We had 800 polys. Isn't there a thing that makes this use less snow?
A science ship team has completed a task.
That was water treatment that used less waste. Transfer is complete. All lights are green. We took advantage of the time to recover the coordinates. We took advantage of the time it took to recover the coordinates to analyze what was left of the systems on board of the Parisi. The use of the main weapon and the Etamanenki's defensive efforts left it terribly weakened. The ship seems to still vibrate with what perhaps could be called its final breath. It should not be long before it fully collapses on itself. We should get as far away as possible. When this amalgamation of evil technology breathes its last at the end of its agony, it could be devastating. Oh. I wonder if there's a real clock that we can't see. At the very least, we probably shouldn't base ourselves here. That was a cool shot. Think about turning off Ooh, we actually need this. It's making 200 power. Research. Nuclear power plant. Power cost of the plant reduced by 10. I think that's obvious.
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
Docking bays. Loading and unloading resources 10% faster. Cargo ships move faster. Oops. I didn't let docking bay finish. return our science ship. Lots of iron down here, apparently. Oof. Over 1,000.
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
All right, what else do we want to do for our research? We've got 200 research left to do. Let's use it. Cargo logistics. Cargo ships can store 40% more resources. 10% more. So they're giving you the result of the stacking bonus. And docking bay mining ships are also on the list. Extract more resources from a deposit. Didn't know that was an option. We're going to push the loading unloading speeds.
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
faster mining ships. We'll mix that in, then we'll also get them to mine more. Well, there's no hydrogen left in the system, so that's definitely nudging us.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
We've got a good amount of iron, a decent amount of carbon, a good amount of polys. Our silicone's looking pretty good. We've got a good amount of electronics. Hydrogen is okay. It's not great, but there's no more hydrogen to be had. Waste is a resource. I think we're ready to go. I'd like to have my probes ready to go.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Got to dismantle those countermeasures and get the probes back in the slot. There we go. That's the goodness I was looking for. Jump. Everybody head home for sure.
Charge. In accordance with Frau Stanford procedures, all ships must return to the Tycoon before volt jump initiation. Engine ready.
They go through all that, and then they just immediately let you jump.
Full jump complete. Running preliminary diagnostics. I sense Remus. We have reached the Ilia system. Structural failure of the Tycoon is near. We should initiate the Neocond colonization protocol.
Interesting.
A science ship has arrived at its destination. A probe has completed its scan. A probe has completed its scan.
Why is hull integrity basically 0? Not enough alloy for repair. Sector 5 claims to have hundreds of alloys. I have a location that must be off or something. What is going on? Sector 5. Oh, alloys. Sector 5 has none. Ew. They're all stored in storage. I may have noticed this too late.
integrity below 10%.
Oh my god. 30 points of hull left. Yes, please launch the drones. Why are you dealing with food? We need you to deal with alloys. Alloys, alloys, alloys. Well, that was an extreme close one. Okay. I think we're back into the normal, regularly operating, standard operating procedure situation. Despite the interference from the intense cloud cover of Palatine, our probe was still able to detect unusual high levels of mercury on the surface. The planet's environment is toxic, but should not pose a problem for our teams. We have landed on Palatine near the highest registered concentration of mercury. A huge river of the element flows over a cliff, a waterfall, in silver ending in an ocean several kilometers away. Wow.
accident has occurred in the tycoon. A probe has completed its scan.
I could probably use another.
Greetings, people of the BBS Tycoon. I am Agora of the 3rd generation. We, the IXION Guides, know that you have been searching for Remus for a long time. However, we have established a delicately balanced ecosystem here on this planet that cannot suffer your presence. We remember Dolos as our first and closest ally, as the one who made the Neocon Parsheville teachings visible. Pioneers of genetic conatus, you have suffered repression, persecution, and extermination. In memory of the doors you opened for us, of our common past, it is our turn to open the door for you. There is a way for you and your crew to join us. You may be a part of our community. Shape it. We will no longer be we. You will no longer be you. We will become us. For this to happen, you will need to be genetically optimized for life on Remus. We will incorporate your genetic heritage into our society. You will follow the elder process my predecessor applied to us. You will be adapted to the planet's gravity, to photosynthesize. You will live in symbiosis with Remus. Let me be clear, humanity's mistake has been its attempts to transform ecosystems, to deny its
Not that I'm trying to ignore you or anything. I do need to keep.
in them. We do not terraform, we change. We are not intruders. We are a crystalline part of the ecosystem. You will live longer and work according to your abilities and passions. Our elites guide us with pragmatism, intellect, empathy, and with sensibility. We have no other interest than to follow genetic conatus. Let us show you the new cradle of humanity. Trust in genetic conatus. We followed a self-similar pattern.
This offer doesn't sound like humanity. Is this rude of me to say this? Photosynthesizing light? It doesn't sound like humanity to me. I don't like it. What triggered that? Oh, I found Remus. I see. Me and my multiple probes.
An accident has occurred in the tycoon.
mean, as far as I'm concerned, if I'm going to remember my Greek mythology, if there's a Remus, there must be a Romulus, right? Is it Greek?
A probe has completed its scan. A probe has completed its scan.
I'm just going to probe around a little bit, see if there are any other options than becoming photosynthesizing plant people.
A probe has completed its scan.
People of the VVS Tycoon, we have detected the presence of a BMS warship in the Ilia system. The Piranesi has followed in the footsteps of your Vol trace. We have no weapons, no military solution against such an enemy. To ensure the survival of this settlement in Ilia, you will have to find a way to silence them, once and for all.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
He's back.
Administrator, I am not dead
Yet. I will feed on your pitiful community and build my rebirth.
Are you ready for your simulation?
Okay. So I got two offers on the table. A simulation or becoming a plant person. Still kind of looking for that third option.
Accident has occurred in the Tycoon. The Piranesi has launched a missile.
Now that's annoying. I don't even want to deconstruct these. Let me think for a minute. I'm going to put two of them. If I can remember where I put them. Auto build countermeasures on two of these. Two ought to be enough. And then we'll launch probes. Oh. Wait. Oh, yeah, we have an accident.
Tycoon.
My fault for thinking we would live in peace.
A probe has completed its scan.
I guess we should at the very least beat him there. My thought is they're not going to instantly turn us into plant people. But maybe we do need to move there to stop the Piranesi.
A probe has completed its scan. Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Like I said, if there's a Remus, there's a Romulus. Everybody's still happy. Even with the negative penalty of finding out the Piranesi is still around.
The Piranesi has launched a missile targeting the Tycoon. An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
High-Chest Ackerman of Sector 1 Scientific Syndicate were once again taking liberty to override the Dolus protocols in order to contact you. We did some analysis on Eden after she was attacked by the Paranesis PA. We unearthed some interesting files. Information on Remus and numerous colonization protocols were present in Eden's database from the beginning of the Tycoon's mission. And that's not all. We also discovered details on another viable exoplanet within the Lilia system, Romulus. This planet has been masked so that it doesn't appear in any reports you receive. We've put in place administrative countermeasures, and we encourage you to send a team to the planet.
The Piranesi has launched a missile targeting the Tycoon. An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
All right, hold on. The Hermes is trying to load, but it has 18 hydrogen on board. And, well, we've got a place to drop hydrogen. 2 places. I'll give you a fresh place, if that matters. But I think it's blocked by iron. So let's give you a fresh place of that instead. Actually, we'll make a small carbon and a big iron. That'll definitely clear the decks.
A probe has completed its scan. Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
We need to shut down Eden. She's altering all data presented to you as well as the data that the crew members exchange with each other. You've probably noticed this already. Eden obeys the principles of Dolos, which today are probably more than a century out of date. She's programmed to prevent us from reaching Romulus and make a fresh start. She won't deviate from the old dreams of a long-crushed corporation that brought about the lunaclism. She's totally disconnected from what the crew, including you, have gone through and are still going through. We successfully deposited a protocol for disconnection in the EVA airlock database. I really don't want to become plant people. Looks like we cleared the decks enough to get this one to start doing some stuff for us. Gonna sit.
The Piranesi has launched a missile targeting the Tycoon.
Not only that, but there's some sort
The
of
science ship has arrived at its destination.
hippy dippy collective. It's like doubly bad. The crew is hallucinating, a symptom of dead Earth sickness and UN propaganda. Romulus does not exist. Oh, so this is Eden doing her thing.
A probe has completed its scan. Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
4/10 of a cycle.
An accident has occurred in the Tycoon.
Now that we finally reached a viable planet, the Tycoon has no further purpose. I don't like the sound of this. The Scientific Syndicate proposes the following. As preparations are being made for colonization, the Tycoon's sector should be filled with batteries. Once they're charged and the crew ready for exit, a flight path will be plotted for the Tycoon to crash into the Piranesi, igniting stored power. Should be enough to destroy the BMS warship. In the scenario where there is no longer any life on board the Tycoon, I am authorized as the PA of this station to lead it to its end. Build enough batteries to cover an area of 1,000 tiles. Oh. Okay. I'm just trying to think ahead a little bit. I'm guessing we're going to have to move people to Romulus.
The Piranesi has launched a missile targeting the Tycoon.
Prepare colonists. How many colonists? Summary of information on Romulus. Administrator, we, the crew of the Heisenberg, will supervise the colonization procedure. We have access to all the Romulus data. No more Eden protocols will keep us from the planet. We should start by building the necessary infrastructure. There is, however, a small issue. Romulus's atmosphere make mass population transfer down the planet difficult. Using cargo ships will result in a loss of 70% of the colonists. Oof. Chlorine is in the upper atmosphere will cause strong aerodynamic heating, which our cargo ships are not built to withstand. Construct the administrator site. Definitely not as pretty as the other one, but we'll make it work. Just building batteries wherever I can. Trying to avoid having to rip anything out. Ooh, there's some space here. Train 3,000 colonists. Oh. That is going to take us a very long time. Reduce training time by 2 cycles. Yes. We'd actually stopped making food because we were out of water. The ship you arrived on is still stored within the Tycoon. If we were to recondition it, it could carry a lot of people, many more than the cargo ship could. I mean, its heat distribution ability alone gets me excited. We've prepared a project in the tech lab. We can break down the shuttle's plans, replicate the design, and build more shuttles. All the crew can reach Romulus. Wow, they're bringing back the very first... That's cool. The very first shuttle from the very first cutscene. Why did we have massive destruction? Luckily, all of our fire stations are still on. Crank up the nukes. Let's also check our research. We want 200 workers per rotation. That's depressing. Why is this still at 0? Heisenberg. Wait, no, the Heisenberg is the ship. Which one of these is the actual one doing the delivery? I should take note of that whenever I'm sending this out on missions. Because this should be closer to done, frankly. What do we know? We have 2 docking bays, so we can do this brute force. Ah, so this stuff is trying to line up here. Looks like we've got too much ice. We really have too much ice. Gotta get ice off that bay. We've got 1,000 polys. That should be enough to last us. I'm tempted to take back the algae farm space. Sector 1. Move in 235 colonists. Of course, it's trying to complete the science mission that we set up a million years ago. I was just about to say I don't need these, but I do. These electronics. Oh, we need to get a little bit of the poly out of the way. Oh, geez. That was close. That should be enough batteries. Why am I researching Romulus colonization, though? I wonder if I have to get this other part done first. We have 1,700 non-workers, 800 colonists. The administrator site has been built. Energy facilities are operational. Oxygen recycling systems are up and running, and the site is being maintained at an optimal 18 degrees. We have also collected some relevant data on atmospheric entry issue and have sent this to the Tycoon to support efforts there. Construct the syndicate site.
People of the VVS Tycoon, the Piranesi is preparing to carry out fire maneuvers upon Remus. His systems are not fully operational. Whatever your plan, make haste to carry it out.
We might be busted here. All right, we can afford 4 happiness. Let me check that one more time. Okay, we can afford 4 happiness. We're going to take out the dome. If we've got space to hold all the alloys. Oh yeah, we've got 2. We could be at electronics. Yeah, we need you to keep making electronics for us. Now is the time to train for getting to our new home here. If you want to stay being people. Construct the syndicate. See if there's any new. Syndicate is finished. Agricultural system is operational. The infirmary is ready and stocked. Research labs have been set up with all the necessary equipment. We have completed more than half of the work required. Oh. We'll move from 3 to 1. More colonists. Let's say 200. We still need to train 1,100 colonists. 200 per cycle, 400 per cycle, 600 per cycle. I like 600 per cycle. Let's get an electronic over to this new facility. Thank you. Oh, it's 600 per 3 cycles. So we've got about 6 cycles left. Oh, you got it out. I am so glad we upgraded our docking bays. And our cargo ships. Holy moly. All right, that's going to get built. 4 cycles. Yeah, they're definitely setting this up to be kind of a last-minute situation. "122 colonists left. Whichever one is the next one to finish is the one to finish. Half a cycle." Construction of the Ashanti site has been completed. A multi-factory will allow us to transform the raw materials of Romulus into usable resources. The vehicle's storage bay and technical maintenance rooms are operational. The first human city on Romulus has just been born. So how do I research this? It's the only thing I have left, apparently. Okay. Maybe it's on the tech lab itself? I don't see it. Research Romulus colonization. Ah. Jeez. They did say it was on the docking bay. Batteries are charged. Now we just have to prepare colonists. What does that mean? Tell them to get all their stuff and move to Sector 1 or something? Maybe the research will tell us. Almost all of the weather systems have been infiltrated with mercury. The resulting dense toxic cloud would not prove conducive to development of any life or potential colonization efforts. Leave. I don't have time to mess around. I'm just gonna go and get the science. Construct 20 shuttles. Uh-oh. We've got plenty of the required resource. It's just a matter of can we get said resource where it needs to be. Polys. I see your message about that. Thank you. Let me take care of that in a second. Polys need to go to 1 and 6. I'm gonna trash this hydrogen.
People of the VVS Tycoon, the Piranesi is in position to fire upon Remus with his main weapon. We accept our fate without fear or bitterness. As we go back to the substance, we are glad to have persisted in existing in accordance with Bargelo's writings. Death is just a new land.
Yeah, they're really good at making me feel bad. We're cranking out the shuttles now. Hurry up! Finish this last shuttle! How are my batteries not charged 100%? Charge the batteries. Is there a button for this? Give me a second. I found it. We had one battery here that wasn't connected to a road. I'm just going to delete this. Fly the Tycoon into the Parisi View planetary system map. That one little battery, even though it wasn't required.
Administrator, if you are listening to this message, it means the Tycoon has reached its destination, despite the unpredictable parameters that framed the equation of its journey. The crew have found a new home, whether the one planned for or another. These survivors have already begun to lay the foundations of a new cradle, where creativity, invention, and joy can bloom again. Perhaps you already understand why I insisted, why the mission launch was precipitated. When I discovered that the lunaclism was inevitable, I also understood that any attempt to save our species after this would have been doomed to fail. You took the helm in the only launch window available to us. Thanks to you, our efforts, our mistakes, our sins and sacrifices will sink into oblivion, into the past, while the first pages are written for a newly born humanity.
Hey! 3 more achievements at the end. Oh man, I gotta say, that's a good game. It's stressful though, and that wasn't that wasn't even the hardest level. Another 2-hour episode. Sorry about that. That wasn't even the hardest level. That's like entry level difficulty. But honestly, I am happy that we chose to stay human. Those other guys were giving me a weird join the collective Borg socialist plant-based assimilation path. I didn't like that. But all in all, I'm also glad that we were able to save them. So I'm happy with that. The only question I have is, did the administrator die? It seemed like in that cutscene that we died. That's my only question. But I mean, Eden said that she would do it. I'm going to choose to believe that Eden was true to her word and she set us up she did the piloting. I mean, if it's going to be the administrator or us, if it's going to be Eden or us, I would like to think that it wasn't both, you know? Like, why would we both have to go? Intense game. Definitely enjoyed it. Definitely recommend it. It's when it first came out, it was a little rough. The accidents were kind of out of control. I think they've balanced it nicely now. I don't know if I feel obligated to try to play it on the hard mode. I'm happy with the choice that we made as far as like humans staying human. Our plant buddies survived, right? We destroyed the Piranesi before he got his firing solution. Obviously, the clutch decision to take out the gladiators and put in those 2 additional colonial training systems, that went a long way. All in all, if you made it this far, if you watched every video, which it looks like it's going to be 19, 20 videos in total, then I have a special thanks for you. What a good game. There's a little bit of it that I didn't like. There was a couple of no-win scenarios that I didn't enjoy, but I know that's part of it. I would probably cheat on the Kobayashi Maru test as well, so. But I get it. It's a great game. I think I am going to just let the credits run. I don't know if I have anything else. I'm going to let it go. We're going to post this as our first members preview. So a member will be able to binge this the second it comes out. Everybody else will have to wait. I'll release them daily. You can still see it all if you're willing to wait. So it's not technically behind a paywall. But if you want to see it early, you have to be a member. It's like $3. Of course, pitching my membership here at the end of this is probably the worst time to do it. But that's okay. We're all trying new things. I'm going to let the credits finish, but I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.